Group here with manager of DMITRY BIVOL, VADIM KORNILOV. Thank you so much for the time. Bivol, he's here, he's addressing the media, he's talking about a number of light heavyweights. Who do you see as a potential next opponent for Bivol after his sensational performance on HBO?
Well, the WBA has mentioned that they will mandate for Barrera to be the mandatory after this fight. So we would probably follow that route and then do our mandatory defense for the WBA world title first, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
Does Bivol expect Barrera to be victorious tonight?
He's actually very interested in the fight. He told me that this is one of those fights that he's actually anxious to seek and curious who wins, because Barrera, when he fought Bivol, and he was in great shape, and he gave Bivol a fight, and it was a pretty good fight in Moscow. So he's interested to see how this fight is going to go, and he does expect Barrera to win, but he still wants to see how it progresses.
I talked to Sullivan Barrera at the final press conference. He says he's going to give Bivol a true test. Doesn't feel that he's been tested, feels that he hasn't really fought anybody legitimate. Do you have any response to Barrera's claims that Bivol hasn't fought anybody yet?
Well, he's probably right in the fact that he's probably one of the best fighters that Bivol has faced. Bivol has sparred some guys that are at the level. He hasn't had the opportunity to fight them, but we want to. And Barrera had the opportunity to fight Bivol when Bivol fought Agnew. But at that time, I don't think he took the opportunity. So I really think it's all about making the fight happen and then seeing what happens in the ring. I do think it will be an interesting fight, and Bivol treats it as a very serious test, and we want to, that's what we want. We want those types of fights.
Bivol, he's
Mine? Yeah. And Bivol has his.
Bivol seems like a very confident fighter. He sees himself as the best in the world already, now that he's a newly crowned champion. What makes you guys so highly confident that he's possibly the heir to the light heavyweight throne?
Because again, I've seen him spar guys, and a lot of this people have not seen, and I know what Bivol can do in the ring with top guys in the light heavyweight division, and I think even with the opposition he's had, maybe it hasn't been the top opposition, but we've seen what Bivol did with Agnew, and we've seen what other fighters have done with Agnew, so I think that shows a lot. Even fights with good fighters can show a lot about what level the prospect really is at.
Just want to mention a couple of other fighters that you manage. Victor POSTOL, he looks like he's going to fight an eliminator against PROGRAIS.
Right.
Do you have any idea when that fight's going to be materialized?
Yeah, we're talking with Lou DiBella right now and trying to figure out when that fight can happen and where. And it's most likely going to happen in the first quarter of the next year. Probably February, March. We get along with Lou and his promotional company, and I think we'll be able to easily negotiate and put that fight together.
Denis Lebedev, what's next for him?
He started a political career in September. He wants to have a couple more fights. Hopefully he comes back in the first 3-4 months of next year. That's the plan. We don't know exactly who, but we want to follow the WBA rules and defend the title and do the mandatory fights if we have to.
Is there any news on Ruslan Provodnikov? Is he officially retired?
He weighs about 147, 148 pounds right now. He's at weight, which is very, something that's never happened before in his career, where he's not in training camp or anything, and he's already at weight. He could fight at 147 because he's fought 147. So he's in great shape. He's running. He's eating right, and he feels great. But I don't think he will fight again.
Thank you very much.
I think he's enjoying what he's doing now in politics. He's been successful. He's done a lot of great things for his people over there in the last year that he's been active on duty and as a deputy, as a congressman. And he's had opportunities to come back, and I think at this point, as a team, the decision has been made that he should just enjoy what he's doing.
I wish him well in retirement. Thank you very much, VADIM KORNILOV.
Thank you very much.